Yeah, I know about 4 hours ago. I said, yeah, I'm probably not going to do a spoiler review. If I do, it'll be on the podcast. But I also thought I was going to paint today, but the masks aren't quite ready. So I went into the old mask hole and started pouring some stuff up that I needed to for the Black Friday sale. I doubt it, but if anybody who bought something during the Black Friday sale is watching this, thank you. So I'm just in here inhaling all these ammonia and latex fumes. And I say, hey, I'm out here. Why don't I go ahead and do the old spoiler review, ending explained, whatever the kids are calling it these days. And maybe I can get a couple more eyes on dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. So, as I said in the non spoiler review, I thought the movie was fucking awesome. Not just my favorite Godzilla movie, but now one of my favorite movies in general. Like I said, it's pretty much about a kamikaze pilot who doesn't want to do his job. He lands on Odo Island. Ooh, remember that? It's the thing from the thing. So yeah, they're using it as the Japanese are using it as like a military base to fix planes and what have you. The mechanics say, "Hey, you, there's nothing wrong with your plane. You're just a bitch. How dare you?" Very dishonorable. And then Godzilla attacks, but he's not giant Godzilla. He's not small, but for Godzilla, he's small. So one of the mechanics is like, "Hey, get in your plane and use the gun and shoot him." So the pilot runs and freezes and runs away. Godzilla bites his plane, blows it up. The shock knocks the pilot out. He awakens the next morning, and him and one other dude are the only ones who survived. And the other dude's like, "You fucking piece of shit. If you would have just shot that fucking thing, all these people would have been alive, you fucking dirty motherfucker." So they're on a boat with a bunch of should go back. This takes place, it starts out like the final days of World War II. So I guess it is technically a period piece. So they're on a boat going back to Japan, and the mechanic from the island goes up to the pilot and he's just like, "Here, this is for you, fuck face." And it's pictures of all the people who died because of him and their families and shit. Pilot goes back to his village, and it's just war torn, ravaged, death and decimation all over. Very, very miserable place to be. So his neighbor's like, "Wait a minute, weren't you a kamikaze pilot? What if you would have done your job? None of this would have happened, you fucking prick." So, he's walking around the village and you hear, "Stop, stop, thief, thief." But again, it's in Japanese. So you read that and you hear, "Blah, blah, blah, blah," or whatever the fuck. "Oh, shudabada." That one sounded a little bit better, but still highly offensive. Anyways, this lady's running with a baby and she says something in Japanese, but it reads, "Hey, watch this little kid baby." So she fucks off, and now he's stuck there with this baby. So he's just waiting around, holding this fucking thing, waiting for her to come back. And he's like, "All right, fuck this." He puts it down and he's about to walk away and just leave it there, I guess, to just die, starve to death, get eaten by wolves, whatever will happen. And then he's like, "I can't do that." So he picks it up, walks away. And then the lady pops out like, "Oh, I was waiting for you to get out of the open so I can come out of hiding and get this kid." Long story short, it's not her kid. Her parents died when all the horrible wartime things happened. So she takes care of the kids. So, they start living together because it's the least he can do. He gets a job mine sweeping. And Turns out old Godzilla's back, and this time he's a lot bigger because he's irradiated now. So the story's pretty much the people, not the military or the government or anything, but just the average people have to come together to stop Godzilla because it's the end of the war. You know, all their munitions and tanks and airplanes and all that shit's been decommissioned. The US doesn't want to get involved because they're afraid of the Soviets. And, you know, it's just a really prickly time with the war just ending. So the people have to come together to take care of this situation. And there's a scene where the lady, I even if I remembered what the character's name was, would I be able to say it correctly? Probably not. But she's starting to get her shit together. The town or the major city, like they're rebuilding, so jobs are opening up. And she goes and she gets a job in this town. Just so happens Godzilla comes and fucks that shit up. And boy, does he fuck shit up. Like, man, he fucks shit up so bad. It starts black raining. Oh, dude, that shit was so fucking awesome. But of course, Godzilla, not being a fan of trains, he attacks the train that the lady's on. She falls into the water, jumps into the water, survives, but she's running away, and like the magnitude of everything that's happening is just leaving her in shock, and she's just. But then old dude, the pilot who she's living with, he finds her and says, "Oh, come on, we got to get out of here." And that's when Godzilla does his first atomic breath. I think they call it a heat ray in this one. How it starts out is so fucking dope. Like all his dorsal fins start popping out, like and starts fucking lighting up, and then they sink back into his back, and then woo, fucking dope. And the fucking blast, like the mushroom cloud and the reaction to the blast and the backdraft and everything is fucking awesome. So the backdraft is coming, and the lady just pushes the pilot into the alleyway, and she gets blown the fuck away, like blown the fuck away. Probably just fucking, eviscerated, all her skin ripping off, and then her bones peeling back, and then her organs flying out. Like, that's how hard the impact of this shit was. Somehow, dude survived in the alleyway, which, movie shit, that's fine. You're watching, you're kind of thinking, why didn't she just, push him into the alleyway and go with him too? But, movie has to happen. And then Godzilla just fucking roars like, "Yeah, fuck you, I'm Godzilla, bitch." And it starts black raining. It's awesome. And at that moment, the pilot's like, "You motherfucker," and just screams, and he's out for fucking revengeance now. So the people have to come together to defeat Godzilla. Um, the news is saying, yeah, this shit's all fucked up. Like the title, Godzilla -1, it's because after the war, they said, Japan Japan was at zero. And now we're fucking less than zero because of this goddamn Godzilla attack. So, I mean, they're fucked. Everything's horrible. You thought it was bad. Shit just got worse, motherfucker. And, you know, the government, they can't really do shit. They don't want to do shit. So it's up to the people. So they have a plan to hook Freon up to Godzilla, sink that motherfucker into the ocean in hopes that like the compression would fucking just fuck him up. And if that doesn't work, they have like rafts, balloons that'll shoot him right back up to the surface. Because if you don't get crushed, maybe you'll fucking expand and blow up. And then the pilot's like, you know what? I'm finally going to do that kamikaze mission and fly a plane full of bombs into the fucking Godzilla's mouth. But he's not telling the people that. He's just like, oh, yeah, I'll distract them and shit. You know, I'll fucking fly a plane since I know how to do that. Fucking lead him to where he needs to be, blah, 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 blah. Problem is, like I said, everything's fucking decommissioned. So he gets a hold of the dude who survived with him on the island and says, hey, dog, I know you hate me and I'm a piece of shit, but I'm going to do this kamikaze shit, but I need you to fly a fucking plane. So he fucking beats the shit out of him and says, all right, I'll do it. And then there's a scene where like all the people are getting together, going over the plan. The people who are going to do it, they do it. And it's like the night before they're going to do it. The scientist gives the speech. It's just like, yeah, you know, this is about life. This is for the future. We need to change, stop focusing on death. We've been treating our people terribly, you know, sending these kamikaze pilots out there to die, not even building these airplanes with ejector seats, just treating human life like it's fucking garbage. But this is a new day. This is about life. Everybody go home, spend time with your family, because it's about to get real tomorrow. So next day, everybody gets ready to do shit. Dude's ready to fly the plane. The mechanic's like, you're good to go, man. You're finally doing it. All right, but there's one thing I gotta tell you. And then, it pans away so you can't really hear what the fuck they're saying or anything. But goddamn well, he's just like, hey, I put an ejector seat in this thing right before you're gonna fly in that fucker's mouth with the bomb, raw dog and bail. Get the fuck out of there. So I mean, that was obvious as shit, but that's fine. So they go. Lure Godzilla out into the ocean. So, oh, I can't believe it. The plan didn't work. Godzilla's pissed off. He's about to do his atomic breath. But then here comes old kamikaze boy to fly the fucking plane into Godzilla's mouth. He does, and it just blows the top of Godzilla's head clean the fuck off. And his body and shit starts falling apart. And everybody's all happy. Yes, we did it. We did it. The common man all came together to save the day. Fuck yeah, cocksucker, we did it. So the boats dock, everybody gets out. They're all happy. The neighbor who was watching the kid, she's like, hey, I got this telegram. You gotta see what this is. So he looks at the oh my God. So he grabs the kid. I mean, this is a couple years older, so now the baby's a kid. It's movie takes place over a couple years. And they go to a hospital. And wouldn't you know it, that lady's alive. She survived that atomic backdraft, and oh, I can't believe it. But happily ever after. Thank fuck. Just wait, you see some goofy shit on her neck, and you're like, oh hell. Because earlier, and they said after the attack, there was like Godzilla left DNA all over, and everything's radioactive. Wherever Godzilla goes, it becomes extremely radioactive. So, all those heroes on the boats, they're going to die horribly from radiation, sickness, and diseases and shit. And then that lady, I'm sure she's going to turn into like some kind of hybrid Biollante monster or whatever the fuck. I'm sure it's supposed to be like Godzilla DNA got in her, and that's how she survived all that. Because in this one, the very end scene, well, I mean, it happened before when they like threw a landmine in Godzilla's mouth. Like half his head fucking blew up. Not half his head, that's at the very end, but like this part of his fucking mouth blows off and it just regenerates. And then the last scene, you see like a piece of Godzilla in the ocean reforming, and you're like, oh shit, you thought this was a happy ending, but fuck. So yeah, good shit. Good shit. Ah, I did, like I said in the other one, I did tear up a little bit in this because, they have this scene right after the mom dies and they're sitting with the daughter, talking about the mom dying. Oh, she had to go away. And then the kid starts crying, making the ugliest fucking face you've ever seen. And I'm just like, oh goddamn. But yeah, it was oh man, it was some good shit for real. Like finally a Godzilla movie where you care about the fucking people in it, and it was it was good shit, man. Definitely the best fucking Godzilla movie there is. And in my opinion, and you gotta say that shit because fucking idiots watch this like, "Hey, it's not, it's this one. It's come on, it's just one fucking idiot talking. So but yeah, this shit was fucking great. Let me try and see if there's anything I might have left out that's worth a fuck. I mean, not really. It's kind of like, oh, she survived, huh? But then it just hits you with that dark shit at the end, and you're like, fuck. And then you just think of how sick all those fucking heroes are gonna get, and you're just like, fuck. So while you think you're getting this happy ending at the last second, they're just like, got him. So yeah, shit was really good. If you get a chance, still go out and see it, even you're fucking heard all this shit anyways. Yeah, good shit, good shit, good shit. DWNProductions.net, masks, bust, props, custom work. Again, maybe you want a custom Godzilla or something made. Hit me up and I might be able to do that for you. FastCustomShirts.com. Check out all Joe's shirts, hundreds and hundreds of t-shirt designs. Learn to speak, fat guy. All very reasonably priced. And again, Sundays, 10 p.m. Central, right here on the YouTube page. Joe and I do a weekly podcast. So if you liked whatever this was, go check that shit out. There's fucking, we just started doing the YouTube shit like a year ago. So we got like 200 and some videos up there and a year's worth of the podcast on there. But you can go to boygob.com if you want to go back the 8 years we've been doing this shit. Might as well. Further back you go, lower the audio quality is, though. Just keep that shit in mind. So until next time, boy gob.